Hello, welcome back. So we're working on this piece, this little set that I got at the Dollar Tree. I went to the Dollar Tree for the first time since they've changed the price and they added like this plus section or whatever. And so I just kind of was like taking my time kind of going through, because I usually only go like every 6 months or so, because I spend like $100, buy a bunch of supplies, you know, bags and different things, shipping stuff, and then I'm out of there, and I don't go, you know, for another 6 months to a year or whatever. So anyways, I saw this and I thought, oh, this would be kind of cool. It was only $5, and I immediately was like, I want to use some foils on this, because I have all these foils from the artistic painting studio, and I really wanted to kind of showcase a lot of the animal prints and just do something different instead of just painting it, or, you know, doing like, I don't know, just making it a typical fall look. So I wanted to do something fun and different. So I started off by kind of analyzing that there were 3 pieces, putting it together and kind of showing that there was one piece that was kind of like the center, and then there was these other pieces that were kind of interlocking into it. And so I thought, okay, I'll do one piece, the one piece in the center, I'll do that as a full, you know, sheet, right? So I'll do the whole orange sheet on that one, and then something else on the other side. And then on the other 2, I would kind of split them up so that we would have all these different, you know, designs of animal prints going around the thing, you know, like as you spun it around, or as it was, you know, placed, you could put it different ways. Anyways, that's what I thought. I thought it would be kind of a neat and different way to look at this. And so I started off with the Artistic Painting Studio foil glue. Now, I really love this glue. It takes a little bit longer for it to dry and, you know, get to that point of putting the foil on there. But I feel like the application and the complete, you know, release of the foil, you can really get all that you need out of this glue versus some others. So if you were going to do a project, you know, something like this, if you're going to try something really quick, and, you know, you could use some kind of easier, faster release glue or something like that. But this one, I knew that I was going to be doing all these different pieces with this big, you know, show of these foils. So I wanted to make sure we were doing it right, if you will. In hindsight, I might have probably sanded these, but I mean, they're not like real fancy wood or anything, but it was kind of soaking up that glue, and I don't know if sanding would have helped it not soak it up, or if that's just the nature of the beast or whatever. But I kind of had to keep looking to see, like, did I get all of the pieces? Is everything soaked in with that glue? Because I wanted to make sure we got, I don't care if some of it was distressed, but I wanted it to have a full look, because I'm not painting this or doing anything to where there's anything going to be showing underneath except for that wood, I guess, if you want to call it. So I just made sure that I did a really nice coat of this glue all the way around on both sides of, you know, like where it's split in the middle there. And then we're going to go in, put our foil on, and then let that kind of sit. I actually let it sit for a day, and then I came back the next day and put more foil on, or more glue, and then foil on the other side. And I did have a bunch of browns, but I actually thought that the green would kind of give it a little bit more character. And so I did have to cut this down, because everything is going to be sticky at this point. So you want to make sure that you have only the part that you want to be stuck onto the part that you want it to be stuck. You don't want to just throw a piece of foil on there, because it is going to stick to wherever it falls, right? So just be careful once you do that. Like I put this whole sheet of orange on here, and you know, that was it. Like once it's on there, it's on there. You're not going to be able to peel it up. You know, I mean, you would be able to peel it up, but you would have a mess, you know, of all the foil that was peeled up before you had an opportunity to scrape it. Now I did take a popsicle stick. This to me is the best way to do it. You can do it with your hand or whatever, but I felt like the popsicle stick on either side, like the rounded side or the flat side, I was really able to push, and you can kind of tell, I show here in a minute, that you can kind of tell that the foil starts to release from that plastic backing, right? So you can kind of tell that the shine goes a little bit duller, and therefore you kind of know, okay, I'm doing it enough, I'm scraping enough, and it is actually coming off. And so you can see right there, it's a little bit duller, a little bit blurry right there, and so that means that we have got a good release of the foils. Now this did take me a couple of times to really make sure I was, you know, really releasing everything off there. So you can see there that it kind of, you know, automatically just kind of pops up, and it just kind of becomes a little bit less clear or whatever. Anyways, hopefully that makes sense to you. So this, make sure that you've got the design going the right way that you want it to go, that you're, you know, if you want your snakeskin or whatever to go in a certain direction, just make sure that you're looking at that before you set this on here, because like I said, once it goes on, that's it. There's no turning back. There's no fixing it, if you will. So, and can we just talk about that snakeskin? I mean, I want like a whole bag and shoes, and I don't wear belts, but I would even buy the belt just because, but I just love it. I love snakeskin. But anyways, so I did kind of turn it around. I was trying to be very aware of the position of the design, and then also that I wasn't, because even though this is covered, the foil, it still can be a bit sticky, and so you don't want to just throw down the whole sheet of foil, because it could attach some of it to that foil that's already there. So you're going to want to give this, you're going to want to take your time and just be real careful with what you're doing. These foils are kind of flimsy, they're lightweight, so you could easily just accidentally, you know, fly it over there, and oh my gosh, it's stuck to something, and that's not where you want it to go. So keep all the other boards with the glue, all the other pieces of the pumpkin or whatever you're doing, off to the side. Don't have them anywhere near, because it will attract straight to that glue. So just take your time, like I always say, and just be careful. So even before I, you know, sealed this up, which I would advise you to do, I just kind of wanted to see how they kind of looked in that interlocking, you know, look to them. I kind of had to remember how they went in together, but I just kind of wanted to see kind of how it was looking. So I went ahead and I put glue on the other side and let those dry, let those sit, and then I went in and just did the same thing on the other side, except for the fact that I did not have any more orange. And so I went with this like brown wood grain kind of look, and I thought it would, I don't know, I thought it would kind of maybe add a little bit of a different element, since there was orange on the backside and everything else was like, you know, leopard print, you know, some kind of animal print. So I just thought I would use this to kind of do something a little bit different. But I wish that I would have had another piece of that orange, but it wasn't as important to me to order another piece of orange. It wasn't like I was going to be selling this, or it was for a custom order or anything. It was just kind of my preference of what I would have wanted to do. But if you have like small sheets of foil and you just kind of want to do each one. You go grab one of these, or you have one and you weren't sure what you were going to do with it, and here's your idea. You know, this is something that you could definitely do. Just like maybe some of those half scrap pieces of foil that you have left over. So anyway, just a thought. You can really tell on this wood one that it is the plastic is kind of really releasing off of that foil. You can really tell here. But that one was like, okay, now I'm really starting to see how this actually works. You know, it really felt like I was really achieving something. And the humor is not lost on me with the fact that I was like, this looks, yeah, the humor was not lost on the foil and the way that it looked afterwards. Anyway, I had a little laugh to myself. But so anyways, I went through and did each side. I like looked at the other side and just did the same, you know, same print on the other side. So we had some consistency, but we still had, you know, variety in each one of our pieces. So, but if you don't have a full sheet, like I was saying, if you wanted to do the half sheets or whatever that you have left over, or do a mod, you know, like a mosaic or something of the different ones, you could do that as well. But you know, just have fun with it. This is just a way to show you, you know, kind of how to use foils. You can use it on pretty much anything. You could use it on clothing, on wood, on furniture, on coffee machine. Like there's I think the list is endless. But I found this little piece and I just thought this would be a perfect way for me to really showcase some of these awesome animal print foils and let y'all see them, and just kind of let you know that you could do all kinds of things with foil. Like don't sleep on foil, because there is a lot you can do with it. So I bought this outdoor sealer stuff on Amazon. It's from FolkArt, and I was using it to seal my vinyl, and it kind of caused me a little bit of a problem there for a little bit, and I don't know if I just wasn't shaking it up enough, or I don't know. I think the humidity and everything here in Houston just kind of messes things up every once in a while. So I'll probably try it again, but I thought, you know what, we'll just use it for this, because not that I wanted to put it outdoors, but I did want to seal it up, and this has like a really nice glossy finish, and so you know, those foils are going to have that really pretty shine and everything. So I thought that this was the perfect way to make sure that we are, you know, preserving the integrity of this, because this is something easy to store every year. You could put out. You just take it apart and stack it on top of each other. But if you don't have this sealed, that foil is going to scratch and scrape, and eventually it's, you know, it is going to affect it in a way. You know, it's not going to just completely come off of there, but it will get more and more and more distressed. Now, if that's the look you're going for, perfect. But I would say seal it up just to make sure that, especially if you're going to sell them or if you're giving them away, I would definitely seal it up. So I wanted to show y'all this quick little thing that I used my Turner arms to kind of place them up there after I put on that coat of that outdoor, you know, sealer. I just kind of set them up there so that they wouldn't dry to the paper or anything like that. So this was very, very helpful. So I went ahead and sealed up the back side, I think the next day, only because I had finished up all my work, so I came back the next day after everything really, really dried, and put a coat on the backside. But it really only took me 2 days, but not necessarily 2 full days. It just took me 2 days to kind of get through all of the drying process of everything. So now that it's all dried and ready to go, I'm just putting it back together. And this was a little bit confusing at first, but I just love it. I think it's so cool. It just has just a different little element to it than you would normally see with a pumpkin. Once again, I put it on my table just to kind of show y'all in some natural light. That it's kind of cool that orange kind of reflects off of everything, and then it's just kind of neat. I just thought it would be just kind of a different way to look at animal print, look at a wood piece. I was debating on whether or not to clean up the edges and kind of maybe use a paint pen or something. But anyways, please like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you think. And please join my Facebook group and all of that. Ring the bell. And I'll see you next time.